Start off by saying Koholo Yahweh by Koholo Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah. Brakata Yahweh Brakata Yahweh Shah. Brakata Yahweh Brakata Yahweh Shah. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashan Yahweh Shah Bashar Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS of the world that we learned from, the apostles and elders. I want to say salutation to the Akim, and to the sincere Akwaf, the women that's in this thing, being sincere, being discreet, and the Israelite foreigners that are tuned in, listening, waiting for the return of our Lord. And Salaki again, getting over a cold, and we are in some evil times. Matter of fact, let me get that in New Times. One of my favorite scriptures. Evil times, perilous. Let me get that. Well, I'm gonna start off at this one. Let me see. Alright, Ephesians 5:1. Be ye therefore followers of Yahweh, Bashem Shah as dear children. When you're a child, you're learning, you're circumspect, you look for you follow a righteous God or leader. Again, you look up to people. And who we look up to, who we try to delight to be, children of Yahweh Bashem Shah. So we lead for, and we look after, and we try to be, good examples. Us having the elders is a good example. So and walk in love as Yahweh Shah also have loved us and have given us for us an offering and a sacrifice to Yahweh Bashem Shah for a sweet smelling savor. So Yahweh Shah being a example, and us being children, we look up like a big brother. We all, if you ever had a big brother or father that you delighted in, you look up to, you try to want to be like, and you give reverence to. But it said, fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becoming saints, neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater have an inheritance in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Shah and of Yahweh, of Hamashach Yahweh Shah and of Yahweh. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. So, very important, to know the times we're living in, because it's very evil. Yeah, jumping down, redeeming the time, Ephesians 5:16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And I opened up with one thing, I remember even back in the day, a couple of years ago, probably about 2016, 15, there was a video that came out about Northern Kingdom screwing animals. And, this bestiality thing, which always been happening, but is very rampant and growing to be even much more. I have my man's in the world, we sit back and, talk about a lot of, things, what he comes across and, different other things and videos and etc. And, he talked to certain people and, you know how people talk, talking, word travels. But my point is, bestiality is growing very, very rampant, and even amongst these people here in America. And when I was talking to him, I was like, "Yo, Doc, realize, me being in the islands and him being him being from the islands too. We share the stories of we used to growing up. We used to hear how a lot of guys used to mess with their goats, mess with the lambs and chickens, etc., the dogs, etc. And that was back in the day. Now, again, this shit is very grown up now. Um, these men, being very sexually deprived, and again, being so messed up mentally and emotionally. These guys are really digging into a lot of wickedness amongst, and they're going into animals. And I've actually, I'm not gonna say a lot of you. I actually witnessed an act of bestiality right in front of my eyes, and it actually fucked me up. I couldn't, marvel, seeing certain things. Your brain try to put two and two together, and it's like, yo, what the fuck did I just see? And when you see these scriptures, man, it's yo, the law is very perfect, and it's very important that these laws have to come back on the earth. And you look at these women, and all these people out here, Esau, man, the so-called white people. I've heard many stories about them and their dog use and dog action, and these so-called white people, they love them dogs, man. They love them animals, man. They love them animals more than they love you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanics, man. And the laws they have for these animals. But my point is, you look at when you look at the separation rate of the men and women, and the divorce rate, and the hurt, the pain, the agony of men and women, you see the growing of animals in the house. And you got a lot of guys now that instead of just having kids or whatever, they'll just go out there and get a dog, and or whatever they have, or animals they have. And again, that can become very detrimental. That can be very turned to a bad situation. Especially of a man that's fucked up and messed up mentally, and fucked up in sexually. He might go into the animal for and pleasure. Women, oh my goodness, man. I've heard. Me and my man was talking. He had one guy he was talking to, knew another guy, and the dude had a wife, which he found out they had a dog, and she was allowing the dog to go down on it. So that he found out, he was ready to get rid of her, but supposedly for some reason they took counseling, but found out again she kept doing it. So she put the dog down, and he wanted to get rid of her, but they locked his ass up for putting that dog down. So again, this society that we live in is very wicked, it's very demonic, it's very evil. And when you just look at, you got to be very careful, be aware of what you're getting into with these women, and you got to be very careful with the dudes you even involve yourself around, because again, it's a very demonic uncleanness. And these women, man, video, and you go on World Star, and these videos are coming out. These women are allowing these dogs to go down on them, hit them, screw them. Now I remember even hearing stories about about these women and these horses, them Edomite girls with them horses, man. So again, this is the world we live in. It's very demonic, you know. So this is Exodus 22:19. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. And it's a very important, and it's, this is very important why these laws are made, because for you to for you a man or a woman to mess with a goddamn animal, your psyche's fucked up. You're fucked up. There's no counseling, no meds in the world that can, you're fucked up. You just got to go. And here it is, now, how you would say, you would think, now, your mind is better than a fucking animal, and you're doing not even something that's not. Basically, my point is, you're worse than a fucking animal, man. And now you done popped the animal. That's why the scripture even, and it's going to tell you that, and it's going to tell you that even an animal has to be put down because you done messed up that animal. And an animal doesn't even want to mess with the other species of the animal. It want to mess with you. Leviticus 18:23. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. And again, you I had many animals, man. I had horses, I had chickens, I had many dogs, man. And I've you know having animals, man. You see that they look up to you for guidance. They you don't and one thing too, you don't fucking treat animals like they're fucking humans, man. Again, you got guys that buy dogs and you treat them like goddamn children. Like, oh, that's my son, you know? Or now I'm not saying that you treat your goddamn animals, because there's law on how you treat your animals too. But how the way this shit, man, this shit you see now, man, these women, they getting these little ass dogs. They put them in these purses. Man, that's one thing you see back in the day, though. The Edomite woman would do. Put these little fucking pocket dogs, put them in a purse and so forth. But now you see the nigga woman doing it, man. Oh my goodness. This shit, oh, they bringing the dogs all in the stores now. They got the emotional dog support for the fucking kids in schools. All this shit is just fucking getting weird. Now, one thing I didn't tolerate, if I and I was, I, and it kind of took me a long time to even get used to this. One thing I never really used to do was allow my dogs to be in the house. But there were certain days it would get real cold, and I would bring my dogs in the house. And one thing I didn't fucking like, and I didn't tolerate my dogs, was them dogs to be on a goddamn couch, man. And one thing I didn't like was for dogs to be all licky and all that underneath. I ain't like that shit. And if you look at a lot of these people who got goddamn dogs and women and shit, man, they got the dog inside the goddamn bedroom with them. Back in the day, that was shit you heard Esau do. And now you got these so-called black women. They got the dog sleeping with them, laid all up with them in the fucking bed. Man, this whole, they talk to the dog like they a kid, and like they a person. And again, man, it is all this out here is getting wicked. We in some very weird demonic times. Again, hey, um, people here in America are very good at acting. They can, it's like everybody in America has a character. They know how to hide and blend in, and they're like chameleons. You here it is. This chick, you be like, oh, okay, all right. Next thing you know, she doing some weird action with the dog, man. So again, just remember, we are at war. We are at weird times. Be very careful. Hey, what else? Elmer Fudd. Shh, be very, very, very quiet. You gotta be careful out here, man. Cause hey, we are in some demonic times, and Esau has broke down the psyche, and the mental state of these people to bring in that new world order. The household's broken up, the family's broken up, the women are through, the men are bugged the fuck out. Be careful. Hey, with that, say shalom.